Instead of being in a position where I always have to take a safe blind, I can now look to potentially punish and capitalize. A Yorick here would be pretty hard to deal
Shen!
with. But
That's
Shen
cool.
comes out. We haven't seen top Shen at all this season. Last time we saw it was obviously on the international stage when Broken Blade had a fantastic game on it. And it just ends up being the victor in the mid lane, so nothing too consequential for Yukal here. But a good source of damage that I think is needed here. And speaking of sources of damage, Gen.G doesn't have a ton of it when you look at that composition. And they end up going for the Silas for Chovy. There's a good selection of ults here, don't get me wrong.
The stakes could not be higher. As Canyon does get hit by the Wind Becomes Lightning, but did somehow manage to avoid the anchor. There is the pillar going down. Could have waited for the Cosmic Binding there as in goes Chovy, finding the angle. Willa taking a whole lot as Yukal making his way down as well, and Chovy is just dead. It's going to be after this Ocean and the Cloud do come on through. That was wacky. What? That worked through the wall. Powerful.
Yeah.
All right, Chovy dashing on towards Andil here, who does try and turn it his own way. Gravity Field is fantastic as the Arcane Storms all come on down. Canyon will be able to magically journey away as Andil is also able to survive as Chovy down very low, but dash cannons to get to the safety of his turret as Yukal going to get interrupted, takes a fair bit of damage there as Keen went all out, and it was almost enough to kill Rich. Yeah, that should spell an end to this potential fight, but instead they're just going to try and start it as Cosmic Binding is pretty good there onto Andil, and the rest of KRX are looking to try and get themselves out of there. Keen still hasn't gone all out, and there is the curtain call as Rich trying to stand in that front line.
Whoa, and...
Oh, here we go. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. All right, so Andil, he was just hit over the wall.
What?
He was just straight up hit over the wall, and it was blind.
How does that even happen? What does that even
That is so unfair.
Andil went for Bloodsong.
Oh dear. There is the Bard just exploding.
And we'll use it to explode Duro pretty easily. I was saying though, he's obviously going to feel up his squishy, and all these fights you struggle to engage because of the Trundle. But he finds an angle there onto the enemy support, and now they're starting up Dragon.
Yeah, Lazy Feel moving down. Good dash out there from Chovy. Finding the Abduct Abscond, not the Abscond, throws the chains the other direction. Did not really want to be engaging as in goes Keen. He's so scary. Bullet time. Oh no, but the Crescent Guard actually pushes him away still. The Trundle will be taken out. As in they go. Keen is a brick wall, but I don't know whether he can do a 1 versus 4. Maybe he can separate Rich to try and kill him, but Rich just dashes away. Now the curtains are being called. The Tempered Fate comes in just to interrupt the Dragon, and they will still be able to secure it. The Dancing Grenade comes in. The flash forward from Ruler, and he just walks away. Lazy Feel now trying to get himself into a better position, but 1 versus 4 as a misfortune is not exactly what you want, and it's a double for Ruler in the end. The gold lead has stretched though, man. 3.5k is kind of huge. Now Lazy Feel without flash. Oh, Andil with the interference still has to flash to get himself out of it, but that will be a worthy sacrifice.
Those big chomps.
Well, you do get one big chomp as you run at him. As right, Chovy looking for the angle here, but we'll need to use this Crescent Guard effectively. That is going to push Willer away as Tempered Fate gets him into position. Canyon starting the fight here as the rest of Gen.G are trying to follow up, but Willer gets in there, and now KRX have turned up as well. Oh, the Blast Cone, it almost gets Ruler out to safety as the bullet time is set up, and Lazy Feel has to interrupt it. Chovy gets on top of him, and down goes the MF. And even though the Jin dies, Gen.G still had plenty to clean up the fight, and now Chovy just waves his chains back and forth and collects the Nautilus. Canyon now running down Andil here, gets smoked, and I don't think he's diving the turret, and will be backing away. Do have control of sides, and that is exactly what they have. But now the fight is going to break out, and Duro going to split them all up with a zoning ultimate. Keen is just in there as the Gravity Well does go down. Rich finds the Shadow Dash, and they take out the Cassante. It took a whole lot of work to do it, but they do. Oh, and Yukal, really? That's the interrupt there from Chovy, who goes golden right at the last last second. LazyFeel, a huge shield from the Shen, might be able to keep him alive. And it is going to be the Shen taking out the Trundle in the end. Gen G, they lose their mega tank in the top lane and their jungler. I don't think they're going to be taking this dragon.
Was that just like a blood sacrifice of their mid laner to give them the power in the rest of the fight? I'm not sure.
I mean, that sounds a bit on. It's a bit on theme, right? As that's a flash away from Ruler. Deadly Flourish is going to go wide as they do secure the Drake, and they'll secure the Ruler as well. As LazyFeel just needed one auto, but Will is the one that takes it. And Gen G once again with a bit of a flub. They had a huge lead from Willa as they're able to almost close the gap. As chains connect here from Chovy, Crescent Guard to try and make sure that he stays alive. Deadly Flourish, no stuns to come in, but Andal
so dead.
So incredibly dead, yeah. All right, Stand United is not off cooldown just yet. And Gen G are looking for the turn. Chovy gets into the brush, finds the Arcane Storm as Yukal has to dodge these bullets, and LazyFeel's going to get tagged by right on the edge of the Fate's Call, and will now just be taken out. Meep Slap going to help, and Ruler is the one securing the kill. Now 3 are dead. One of them's the jungler. That will be the Baron going over to Gen G. I think he really does like not doing damage on Jin. As okay, Duro likes Magical Journey, so does Chovy. Is out, he will go.
Get away from it. Do not follow it.
Yukal! Do not listen to the voices! The slide. That's basically what the Magical Journey is.
Yeah, oh.
Well, Ruler is going to get tagged. The Mega Cone is going to be there, but the Stand United going to hold him in position, and he cannot even press the button. Would have taken a Shen with him, of course, and would have definitely died anyway. He said maybe the hitbox was over the wall because of the Nautilus hook hitbox being massive and the Bard hitbox being massive. So kind of agreeing with us as LazyFeel did get ulted, but then they're just going to stand their ground. Really nice disengage from Gen G though, as Chovy still looking for even more. The curtains have been called and Willa is the target. Rich is trying to tank for him, but maybe that is going to spell his death. As out he goes, Chovy goes in, and Willa has to engage because he has no way out. The bullet time's interrupted because he wasn't in a safe place to use it, and Gen G, they get rid of the jungler, they take down the support, and the rest of KRX are on the run. The flash has to come out, but Chovy still chases him down, goes golden before the stun can even come in, as Ruler flashes on top of LazyFeel and forces the flash out of him as well. Gen G are just going to break the base.
KRX just all flashing away to get out of this situation from Gen G, and as that happens, we get 4,000 assists from Keen. Soul as well. I don't know how long it would take for them to kill him, all 5 members hitting him, but it'd be a while.
It would. It's also going to take a while to kill Canyon as well with Subjugate, if they do manage to get that soul. Sheens all over the place.
The droids.
All right, in they go. That is going to be a dead Ruler. Maybe enough here as the Crescent Guard flash from Chovy. Kind of gigantic. Rich taken down very low. The Tempered Fate to buy some space for Keen, who tries to go all out. That he's actually going to try and get out because KRX are winning this fight. They haven't lost anyone yet. LazyFeel's at full health. And Willa might now be in trouble. He finds his own Crescent Guard. The anchor is going to be avoided because Chovy goes golden. He's now trying to dash away, but just takes a bullet to the face and dies. And KRX, they've lost their entire base, but not their Nexus.
Just defend the base. The game may be salvageable.
Wow. Canyon is over here. Willa's in the pit as well, so it is going to be a smite fight as King comes over with about 1 trillion health, and I don't know whether they're going to be able to survive this as Yukal will turn up. LazyFeel over here as well, as King does have to flash himself out of the way, and Gen G trying to do the do-si-do. The curtains have been called from off screen though. There's a Tempered Fate to try and buy some space as Keen is still in there, still in the middle, and Yukal gets the big shield from the Shen. Willa, still there with the ulti running, and yeah, I think they're just going to win the game. Chovy just says, you guys fight over the Drake all you want. I'm going to take my droid army and obliterate this Nexus as Gen G will pick up the win here in Game 3.